Greetings, peace be with you. In this video, I want to share with you a simple test on whether you are walking your path and purpose in life or not, okay? Because I woke up this morning, okay? I was excited. I woke up without an alarm clock. I woke up at like 4:30 a.m. I checked the clock. I'm like, shit, should I get out of bed? Because I was supposed to wake up at like 6. Woke up at 4:30, got down to what I was supposed to do, right? So the first thing that I've really learned in my journey is that the day begins at night, right? So if I can really get myself hyped up for what I'm going to do the next day, the night before, and really write that down in terms of what I seek to accomplish, and get my subconscious mind working the night before, and just get so excited that I'm driven to get out of bed without like crawling out of bed, right? Because that used to be me, where I could barely even crawl out of bed in the morning. I was struggling to even have a reason for getting out of bed in the morning. Even if I woke up, I'd be like, there's no point to get out right now because there's nothing to do, right? So of course, the way you start your morning creates your day, which creates your week, which creates your month, which creates your years, which end up creating your life, right? So the way you start your morning is really, for me personally, has been a huge game changer, right? So what's the test, man? At the end of the day, like, how do you feel when you wake up in the morning? Okay, you just ask yourself that question and really get an awareness on how you feel in the morning. Do you struggle to crawl out of bed? Do you wake up excited? Do you wake up dependent on the caffeine? Do you wake up dependent on the pills or stimulants or whatever it is? Or are you driven to get out of bed and actually do what you know you are here to do, right? Because feelings are the language of the soul, all right? Many times I used to get identified with how I felt. I used to be like, oh shit, I am this feeling right now. I am this emotion right now. But when I actually began to get an awareness on them, I realized that my feelings, my emotions were nothing more than signals on whether I was moving in the right direction or not, okay? So there is a scale of consciousness, and right in the middle is courage, right? Now, courage is not the absence of fear, it is feeling the fear and doing it anyway, right? And above courage, all the behaviors are driven by love, right? Through joy. Are you actually feeling like you're enough when you come into the world? Are you trying to get something, or are you trying to give, right? Because if you're trying to get something, then you're driven through fear, because you have been conditioned with the belief that you are not enough, right? You have been conditioned thinking that there's something to get from outside that will make you feel complete on the inside. But that is just a hedonic treadmill. It will keep on going. It will never really end, right? Once you go inwards and realize that you are all that you will ever have, need, and that you are everything, man. You are the universe in its individuation, right? The universe is experiencing itself, all the different aspects of itself through who you are. And you're here to do something that only you can do with your combination of environment. Your combination of genetics have never been repeated. They will never be repeated in the future, right? So like getting in tune with the emotions, because right now I think it's really a time where people are going inwards and getting in touch with their emotions, because there's less distractions, right? You can't go drink on the weekends. You can't go to the bar and escape, right? You have to go and sit with yourself and really analyze how you feel. And I think that this is really a time of awakening, because people are going inwards. They're spending time with themselves, actually analyzing how they feel. And as a result of that, you can use those signals to move in the right direction, right? So it's not about anything other than how you feel, right? And once you can use that as a signal, like if you're feeling low, like I was for a long time, feeling low, feeling depressed, feeling anxious, feeling regret, feeling anxiety, I realized that the only reason I was feeling this way is because I had a vision in my head of who I knew I was capable of being, and my behaviors didn't live up to that vision. And only in that gap was the space created for those lower emotions to actually come and seep in, to really move me in the right direction, right? To wake me up to the fact that, okay, man, like you might not be, okay, not you might, you are definitely not walking your authentic path and purpose in your life. Because if you were, then you would be generating energy, right? Because understand that energy cannot be created, it cannot be destroyed, right? I think that's like a law of physics or something like that, right? So it's not that you don't have the energy, it's that it's not being generated to the optimal amount. Maybe you are exerting too much energy with digesting the toxins. Maybe you're putting too much energy into that mental garbage, right? And so many times it's not that we have done too much that we feel tired, it's that we've done too little of what actually makes us feel alive, right? So what makes you feel alive? Really reflect on that question. Think about it. write it down, journal on it. What makes me feel alive? And create the time for that, okay? Because if you're not going to make the time for what makes you feel alive, then the universe will have a hard time supporting you and actually walking your authentic path and purpose in your life, okay? So hope that this has been valuable for you. I hope that you continue to make time for what truly makes you feel alive, because that is a signal towards what you are here to do, okay? Walk your authentic path and purpose in your life, and wake up in the morning excited, driven, motivated to cultivate your greatest gifts in greatest service to the world, okay? So with that, I conclude this video, and I'll see you in the next one.